Welcome back, AMS. So we're going to do part two of the loop-de-loop. So I took a little break just so I can do all the cutting for this. But as you can see, I cut every single one of these out individually. Okay, and so what you want to do before you go any further is make sure that they are all cut. If you can go through it and just kind of move them around, you should be able to fold them all back to that black line. And if for some reason you find one that needs to be cut, like this one right here, I didn't do a good job. So let's go back to the cutting table. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and go all the way. You want to cut it inside of the scissors. Use the inside, it's easier that way. And just make sure that they are all cut to the very end. Let me check the other side real quick. Okay, it seems that we are good to go. So remember, when we are folding this up, we need to make sure that the writing part is going to be on the bottom, and we're only going to keep the inside, the outside part, or the inside part where the marble is going to roll. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is we are going to attach each one of these to the black line. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it just a little bit. Okay. Now once again, you want to make sure that you have moved these in. All these little flaps. Alright, so what I want to do now is attach this part of the flap to this little shaded area only. So I'm going to go ahead and roll it just like that. Okay, let me show you one more time. I'm going to go ahead and take it and I'm going to roll it just like that. And once it's on there, I'm going to go ahead and hold it, and I'm going to take a piece of tape and tape it on there. Okay, if it seems to not be on all the way, you want to redo that and make sure that it's on completely and you don't see any of the shaded area. So I can put it on there and then tape it just like that. Okay, so once again, we'll do the next one. I'm going to hold it down and pinch it when I have it enough. When it's in there, I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on there so I can just hold it just like that. Put it over. When I see that it's already on the shaded area, I'm going to squeeze it, put my piece of tape, and move on to the next piece. Okay, so when you're doing this, you want to do work in three. So let's do 3 on this side, and then we'll flip it over, and then we're going to do these 3, and then we'll flip it back and do the next 3, and then the next 3, and so on and so forth. That way it'll be easier to get them all in there. Once again, hold it down, get my tape. This one you might want to do with partners. So one person would be cutting the tape and the other person will be doing the taping. That way it's easier to do that way. Okay, so I got 3 down. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over. Now the reason why I want to do this is because if I just do one side, it's going to be really awkward and really hard to get these pieces on the other side in. So that way I want to go 3, flip it over, do these 3, flip it over. And then as you go down, you should start seeing it come together. Okay, so I'll hold that like that. So as we go down and we are putting these together, we should start seeing it curl. And that's kind of what we want to do. We want to make sure that it gets a good curl in there. Okay, I think I cut a little bit too much tape. So I used a little bit too much tape. So you can always feel free to change it up a little bit. Okay. Let me go ahead and once again. So once you get going, it should become easier to do. Okay. And just make sure that you don't skip one. Okay, make sure that you go, and it even gives you that tab right there. So you want to make sure when you get to that point to hold it, pinch it down, and then go ahead and put on that piece of tape on there to to hold it in place. Okay, and it might move on you. If it does, like that one moved on me, so I'm gonna have to just do it again, get it to where it needs to be, and then tape it down. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and continue taping this down. So there we go. Here's the final piece. It took a long time to put together, but this is actually what it's supposed to look like at the end. The marble is going to roll in there. It's going to roll around and come out the other side. You can also trim it. If it's too much, you can also cut a little bit of off and make it adjusted to your roller coaster. So here we have the straight track. When it comes down, the marble should be able to roll down. So let's put this at the bottom. So the marble should be able to roll down, go around, and then come out the other side. Okay, so definitely want to have one of these in your roller coaster. Have fun making these, and take care. I'll come back with one more episode on how to make the final funnel. All right, take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.